There's been positive changes at SLCH and throughout the Newburgh community. Tonight, we honor two very important organizations that have played a key role in the renewal of our hospital, as well as the revitalization of the city of Newburgh: Cosimo's Restaurant Group and Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. These two organizations have grown their businesses dramatically, focusing on quality. They've demonstrated leadership through community involvement and philanthropic efforts inside the walls of our hospital and beyond. These organizations are rich with history, pride, and amazing leaders who understand that when you do right by the community will do right by you. So come along. I'd like you to see what I mean. Hey, thanks, Kevin. Kevin's the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Newburgh. He's also a St. Luke's Cornwall Hospital board member. As a dedicated partner in helping us revitalize Newburgh, his actions speak louder than words, reflecting unity within our community. Okay, so I may not play a lot of basketball anymore, but if I did, it's nice to know that a talented group of physicians like Orthopedics and Sports Medicine are here to take care of me if I ever get hurt. Yeah! Still got it.
Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, a multi-specialty orthopedic group, was formed in 1996. A team of skilled orthopedic surgeons, OSM is also a significant and growing employer whose culture focuses on quality, leadership, and philanthropy. Led by 4 talented physicians, the practice was the brainchild of Dr. Barry Hyman. More than 15 years ago, Dr. Hyman, an Olympic judo athlete and sports enthusiast, envisioned building an orthopedic practice with a special focus on sports medicine.
I wanted to develop a quality specialty orthopedic care group with the idea to bring on fellowship-trained orthopedists who specialize in the area to sort of get people who had that extra training, a year of fellowship in addition to their residency, to sort of bring up the quality a little bit more. One of the things that I noticed is that all the high schools were behind the other high schools in other towns. They didn't have trainers, and so I tried to see if I could change that.
Much like a Major League Baseball team, Dr. Hyman knew that he needed an all-star lineup. He soon recruited Dr. Gina Del Savio, a hand surgeon fresh out of training at Columbia Presbyterian Medical Center.
I was training down in Columbia Presbyterian, and my husband was living in Westchester and working in Westchester. I grew up in a very small town. Everybody knew everybody, and I sort of missed that when I was doing all of my training in Manhattan. Coming to Newburgh, where there was a shortage of hand surgeons, there was a shortage of orthopedics. It was an opportunity to sort of establish yourself in a community and be part of something.
OSM hit a home run with the next member of their team, Dr. John Uhorchak, an American hero. He treated soldiers in war zones in Somalia, Afghanistan, and Iraq. In fact, the movie Black Hawk Down is depicted on the medical service Dr. Uhorchak provided to our men and women in combat. He spent 28 years devoting his life to serving our country and helping others.
Dr. Hyman used to come down to the sports lectures at West Point. And as it got towards the end of my career, he said, we're looking for somebody. Are you thinking of staying in the area? And we really liked the area. It was close enough to home, but not right next to home, so to speak. So this was a great opportunity, and so that's how we wound up staying here.
Spine surgeon Dr. Esteban Cuartas made the OSM lineup complete.
I grew up taking things apart and fixing them with my dad a lot. He was an engineer. So I liked fixing things, and I think orthopedics has a lot of that. My wife and I were looking for somewhere close to New York, and besides that, St. Luke's and Newburgh, for me, represented an opportunity, sort of an adventure at starting something new. There was no orthopedic spine surgeon at St. Luke's at the time, and so I would be starting afresh, and that sounded really exciting to me.
The physicians and staff at OSM have several things in common, from their witty personalities to their devotion to each of their patients. The OSM team first and foremost are leaders.
There is so much going on in medicine right now. If you can be there on the ground floor as part of the foundation, you can help sort of shape where at least the medicine in our community is going. And I think that it's imperative to be involved with those changes, or you can't make sure that that happens.
How do people embrace change? A lot of people don't like change. It is difficult to do that. I think a lot of it, that's where the leaders come in, is to explain why you're doing things and how we're going to get there, and to try to provide that vision going forward. That's what a leader's supposed to do. Make the unit better so that when that person's gone, the unit doesn't fall apart. The unit shouldn't be about the leader. It should be about the unit having the skills to move forward.
I think there's strength in numbers. I've always felt that way. And I think that the more doctors band together, the better chance they have.
What sets these leaders apart is also their dedication to bettering not only the hospital, but the community they serve.
I find it extremely satisfying. I know the guy behind the meat counter and he says, "Hey doc." I know the lady at the bagel counter. And there's a sense of we're all part of something bigger than ourselves, and we sort of help each other, which doesn't happen in a big town.
And this is sort of what I tell physicians that when they come. It's actually a great place to raise a child and a family.
I think it's important to give back to your community, to try to help out and help those that are less fortunate than us.
The physicians and staff at Orthopedics and Sports Medicine are dedicated to their patients, St. Luke's Cornwall Hospital, and the team that they work with every day.
This is our hospital. This is where we want our families, our neighbors, our friends to come and be cared for, and I think it's important for us to bring that excellence and to try to improve things and help out.
What has been absolutely wonderful to watch has been the blossoming of the hospital and the growth of our community.
The biggest thing is that the hospital recognizes, from when I first got here almost 8-9 years ago, to see the commitment to rebuilding the hospital and improving the whole hospital from the top down.
I don't think that we could achieve what we've achieved without really the help of so many people, from the staff, since I'm a surgeon, the OR staff. I mean, everybody in the OR is just unbelievable. I mean, I look good because of them, and same thing in my office. I look good because of my staff in my office, and so I think that the reason why we've succeeded so well is really because the people around us are so great, and I just don't have enough words to thank them.
Wow, just thinking about our next honoree is really making me hungry.
I'm here with Nick Citera at Cosimo's on Union, just one of the local restaurants owned by the Cosimo's Restaurant Group, and I'm working on one of my favorite dishes.
You need a little bit of Parmigiano in that, Alan.
Thanks, Nick. Working alongside Nick is not an everyday occurrence, but to tell you the truth, I could really get used to this. So what do you think, Nick? Am I cut out for the kitchen?
Stick to what you know, Alan. Stick to what you know.
Well, take it from me, creating fine cuisine is just one aspect of what this organization does for the local community. It's an incredible story.
Cosimo's Restaurant Group, Hudson Valley's leading restaurant management organization, was founded on humble beginnings.
Well, Cosimo and my father-in-law were partners in Montreal in the early 60s. They opened up the first pizza place together in Montreal. From there, Cosimo moved here. I was probably 13 when I really started working with him, maybe a little bit younger, so it's a long time. But he definitely started me in a very good way. He taught us a lot of nice things about working hard and work ethic, and it all seems to have paid off so far, so I'm happy. Hopefully he's happy. I think he is.
Hard work is something that Cosimo instilled in all who worked alongside him.
Well, ever since we were little, we were always involved in the restaurants. If it was working at the pizzeria at the Newburgh Mall, making sauce, working the counter, making pizza, you know, my father always had us involved to understand every aspect of the business.
We were pretty much teenagers when we started, and we started by learning how to make pizza and working the counter.
In about, I think it was 1990, I had the idea of doing a brick oven with him. This was a real first big deal for us in Newburgh, and it's great.
The CRG brand continued to grow and diversify, expanding across the Hudson Valley and throughout the United States.
Well, the pizza shop was a concept that we've been talking about for years.
The first one was in the city of Newburgh, in the historic West Shore train station. It's doing very well. Yeah, it was a risk, but we felt that the building itself is definitely part of Newburgh. Its history, back then and today, because of the revitalization of it, of doing it over.
When you walk into a restaurant and you see people enjoying the experience, the food, the service, and it's a great feeling to see that you built something that people enjoy.
It's human resources and finding the right staff and hiring the best and keeping everybody motivated and happy. That's the biggest challenge in any industry, but especially in hospitality.
We have great people around us that really help us out. We're really blessed. We have people that have been working with our families for the last 25 years and still work with us today.
All staff are treated as valued members of the extended CRG family.
We are so lucky that we are able to have a job where Nikki and Nicholas and Cosimo we're always very good about us working. We're very serious at our job, but we're always allowed to put our lives first at our job.
The owners, the loyalty that the owners have towards their customers, the people that work for them, and the family atmosphere is very good.
They make you feel like you're part of the family. Great owners and great staff and employees.
Being surrounded by creative, successful, and energetic people, and being a part of a growing organization.
I would have to say the owners. Pleasure to work with.
Our employees are our extended family. They really mean a lot to us.
The CRG brand also displays a strong commitment to organizations throughout our community.
Growing up in New York City, there were homeless people living not too far from where we grew up, and I remember my parents would actually prepare little packages and drop them off with no expectation, no recognition, no anything. It was just like a little gift because they had a little extra and they needed some. From children, we were raised to believe, to give back to the community that supports us and that we support. And that was instilled to us by Cosimo and our parents, and that continues today.
He was such a loving, giving person, would help anybody out, and we feel that if you do the same in your community, you only make it stronger. When you see what a hospital does to a community, to people, to families, it's a very easy decision to give back.
I would say that they're a hospital that's going to put themselves on the map, and I think their leadership has proven that. They're bringing a lot of specialty services to the Hudson Valley and to the Newburgh side of things. And I think that it's going to be a significant player in healthcare in the Hudson Valley.
I mean, you have nurses, doctors, the staff at St. Luke's working tirelessly to keep our community healthy and safe. And it's really a foundation of a community. Without the great healthcare, you can't focus on other aspects of business, education, stuff like that. So it's a foundation for a success of a community.
The overall way how Allen and the hospital has integrated itself into the city, also with Cornwall, and the overall facility of improving it, it always looks like it's getting better and better every time you go there, and I think that's a great thing.
The future for Cosimo's Restaurant Group is bright and will continue to facilitate community transformation.
I am hopeful. I'm a very optimistic person, and I think that, through hard work and really focusing on what needs to be focused on, not getting bothered with the little things, but really focusing on the bigger things, what needs to be achieved can be achieved, I think. It's going to take time, it's going to take money, it's going to take a lot of hard work.
So I'm just happy that we can continue my father's legacy of building and having people enjoy the restaurants that he created. So we're very blessed with that. He would be proud for us receiving this honor, so it makes me happy.
Now this is a side of the restaurant I really like. This is one of my favorite views of the Hudson Valley. St. Luke's Cornwall Hospital, working with partners from the public and private sector, are committed to restoring Newburgh back to prosperity. Thanks to the leadership of groups like Orthopedic and Sports Medicine and Cosimo's Restaurant Group, we're definitely putting unity back in the community. The 2012 Gala honorees have continued to grow and succeed during challenging times. They create jobs and provide leadership to the hospital and their community. We're united in our focus on philanthropy, volunteerism, and doing what's right. Newburgh isn't just another city, it's our city. And these aren't just another group of successful businesses, they're our honorees tonight. Each honoree has my admiration, respect, and thanks. I'm proud to call them colleagues, business partners, and most of all, friends. Newburgh is better because of them. I am better because of them. Please, get on your feet and raise your glass as we salute and honor an extraordinary group of people.